Let's continue class. We might go beyond 5 o'clock, you know? Okay? Of course, in gross anatomy, I cannot reproduce the cadavers. Yeah, pag-review niyan actual dapat sa gross lab. I took some pictures of cadavers from Google Images, ha? Okay? They are the closest to the real thing. Hindi drawing, ha? Alright? We'll start with the head. Bakit siya? Thorax lang tayo. Ba't may head and neck? Ito, hindi natin inabutan to. But we have specimens of this in the laboratory. Sagittal section of the head and neck. Alright? Because in the discussion of the thorax, we have gross anatomy of, even in histology, of the respiratory tract from the nose. Diba? To the lungs. The lungs are in the thorax, but some parts of the respiratory tree or tract are in the head and neck. Simple lang naman yan eh. What are those? The nasal cavity, which is divided into vestibule and fossa, right? And then we have the pharynx. We don't have to specify the type of the region, specific region of the pharynx. And then we have the larynx and the trachea here. Of course, esophagus is for digestive, but we have the extension of esophagus in the posterior mediastinum, remember? So we have to identify all of this. Don't worry, madali lang yan. For the nasal cavity, remember the anterior portion with vibrissae. Wala nang vibrissae yan, kadaver, patay na yan eh. Oh, di ba? It's the nasal vestibule. Hindi yan ang tatanong ko, tatanong ko yan. Di ba? And then the posterior part where there are the three overhanging bony projections you call turbinates or conchae is your nasal fossa. Hindi rin yung tatanong ko yan. Sa head and neck na lang yan. Next grading period, finals. Okay? Then we have the pharynx. Posterior to the nasal fossa or the air leading to from the nasal fossa to the nasopharynx. So all of this is pharynx, huh? Posterior wall. And then behind the oral cavity is your oropharynx. And leading to the larynx is your laryngopharynx. Hindi rin yan ang itatanong ko. Alright? So yung itatanong natin, yung maliwanag lang here. Ay, hindi pa yan. That is the esophagus, no? Okay? It's posterior to the trachea. Alright? So what is included, the more interesting part are included in the gross anatomy or respiratory system? Yan, larynx. Why is this the larynx? It is inside the thyroid cartilage. Ito yung thyroid cartilage, right? Your Adam's apple. And there are two, it's clear there are two folds. The superior fold is called the vestibular fold or the false vocal cord. The inferior one is the true vocal cord, and this is the cavity called ventricle. So this is the larynx. Whether the vestibular fold, the true vocal cords, or the ventricle pointed, it's the larynx. Identify pinned organ, the larynx. And it opens down into trachea. You see there are cartilaginous rings, C-shaped cartilages, remember? Hindi ko alam nyo na kung ano lalabas dyan. Alright? Okay? Next. Hindi lang puro cadaver, no? You have bones. In the thorax, the vertebrae involved are your thoracic vertebra. The typical thoracic vertebra taken is the fifth. Ito yung nakita ko sa internet, the fifth. Oh, pilin natin yung fifth thoracic vertebra. Although your bones in the laboratory are only plastic models lang tayo. Superior view from top. You have your body, of course, we don't have to label. Identify pinned or tape part of the bone, body. Identify tape, pedicle. Identify tape, transverse process. Identify tape part of the bone, spinous process or spine, simply spine. And this part, lamina, or one of those, no? Of course, this is your vertebral foramen for the spinal cord. There. Body, 1. Transverse process, number 2. Spinous process, number 3. Pedicle, number 4. And the lamina, number 5. Okay? 2 of these 5 parts. No more articular facets. Okay? Next. Huwag na yan. It's the same vertebra. Superior na lang. Okay. Now, thoracic cage. The one on the left, this is a rubber model. You have this in your laboratory of the anterior cage, no? Picturing the sternum with the manubrium body and xiphoid and the costal cartilages and parts of ribs. Okay? I may use this. Or the actual skeleton. How many skeleton do we have? 2. Hindi ba? What in this case? For me, we'll start with the most important landmark, which is your angle of Louis. There's sternal angle. Okay? Where is this? This is near the junction between the manubrium and body or corpus of the sternum. All right? That is your sternal angle. I may tape or pin this area, the junction between manubrium and body of the sternum. And I will ask you about that landmark. Your answer, sternal angle of Louis. It corresponds or lies at the level of what rib? Clearly, it's second rib. All right? Now, all other areas of the chest, in a living patient, if you are locating the area in the anterior chest, you start always from the sternal angle of Louis. So you'll know by just palpation of the corresponding rib, either right or left, you are palpating the second rib. And then you can identify the ICS or intercostal spaces, because below the second rib is your second ICS, below the third rib, third ICS, and so on and so forth. The only problem left is what specific point. Now, you will learn of when locating landmarks, no? You will learn, you want to learn about the lines, vertical lines, mid-sternal, here, parasternal, all right? There. All right, mid-sternal, middle sternum, parasternal, side of sternum, mid-clavicular, midpoint of clavicle, anterior axillary line, anterior of the axillary region, mid-axillary, and posterior axillary line. The useful thing is the useful lines here in the anterior chest, your parasternal and mid-clavicular. Okay? So why do what to, how can we reproduce this in the practical? I will ask of the area. I will tape the area of the skeleton, number 1, 2, 3, 4. O 5, no? Huh? Okay? And then I will ask you what the tape area is the clinical area for what valve? Oh, look at number 1. It's the aortic area. What is this? O angular fluid, sabi natin, di ba? Second rib. Ito yung second rib. Then this is the second ICS. So right side, remember aorta is, aortic valve is at the right. Second ICS, number 1, parasternal line. So you will see tape here with the number in this right second ICS, parasternal line on the right side. That is the aortic valve. Your answer would be aortic valve. On the opposite naman, left, number 2. Oh, if this area is taped, diba? It's still second ICS, but now it's the left, and it's still on the parasternal line, just on the lateral side of sternum. That is your pulmonary valve area. So what valve area? The tape area is the clinical valvular area for what valve? Pulmonary or pulmonic valve. Number 4. Number 3 pala, wala, hindi naman valvular area. Number 4. All right. Left side, 5th ICS. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5th ICS, parasternal line. Okay. This is your tricuspid area. Tape lang, makikita nyo, okay? And lastly, mitral valve. So you have to go to mid-clavicular line on the left side. Left, 5th ICS. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5th ICS, mid-clavicular line. That is the mitral area. Okay? 1 or 2 of this. Your left 5th ICS MCL or mid-clavicular line is also your PMI. No PMI, right? Point of maximal impulse. Point of maximal impulse or your apex beat. Hindi ba? It falls under normal condition on this area, left 5th ICS mid-clavicular line. Because this left 5th ICS mid-clavicular line, the apex beat will be will be dislocated. I mean, abnormally located in terms of left ventricular or right ventricular hypertrophy. So you have to remember this area, left 5th ICS mid-clavicular line. It's the valvular area for mitral valve and for the apex beat of the heart, also known as PMI, point of maximal impulse. Okay, so that's the specimen here, skeleton. The wall, intercostal muscles. You have to identify only 2. No, never mind innermost. Innermost is a part of internal intercostal. Okay? For the external, just remember the direction of the fiber. Usually the intercostals originate from the lower border of the rib and then insert the upper border, right? So your criteria here for instant identification is the direction of fiber. For external, it's downward medially or towards the midline, towards the sternum. Oh, medially. When you see fibers running medially and it's on the outer, it's external intercostal. When the fibers run the opposite direction, downwards laterally, it is your internal intercostal. Hindi ba? As simple as that. Oh, again, downwards to the midline, medially, external intercostal, di ba? Downward laterally, away from the midline, internal intercostal. Alright? O yan, cadaver na talaga, but we don't have this ideal cadaver. This is posterior, di ba? Vertebral column, sternum, so anterior, posterior. B, or downwards medially, external, internal. External. The same as yellow pin, di ba? B or yellow pin. external intercostal, downward, medially. Okay? And then C, look at the fibers running downwards, but away from the midline or laterally. Also your white pin. So internal intercostal. Okay? I heard questions. Do you have questions, Ras?
Wala po to.
Okay, so we are now in the wall. There is the last muscle on the inner aspect of the anterior chest wall. So this is the anterior aspect. You have the specimen. You have removed the anterior chest wall, right? Of course, these are the internal intercostal. If you are on the inside, the fibers running outwards, right, laterally, but you have these slips of muscle transversely oriented. These are your transverse thoracic muscle or transversus thoracic muscles. All of this, no? Okay, so you have three muscles to identify of the thoracic wall. You have external intercostal, internal intercostal, transversus thoracic muscle. On the same specimen, if the vessel is well preserved, this large artery, by the way, this is your internal intercostal, no? And this vessel that runs down, no, just on the lateral edge of the sternum is your internal thoracic, otherwise known as mammary artery and veins. So internal thoracic vessel, that is the artery, that is vein, even a nerve, no. But if the one vessel that is preserved is almost always the artery, and what will be given is the artery, of course, more importantly than vein, no. So that is your internal. So from this specimen inner view, you might have internal intercostal, transversus thoracic, and internal mammary or thoracic artery. Okay? You just have to identify the pin. No more side question. Okay? It's the same thing. Okay, let's see. Number 5 daw. 3 slips of muscle pointed. This is your transversus thoracic muscle. Number 4. Internal intercostal, right? Number 13. These are vessels, artery and nerve, your internal thoracic or mammary. Okay? Meron pa. This one is seen, no? If you have this, no? On the lower border of the rib, this is the rib, no? This is the muscle. This is the intercostal artery. This one is complete. Nilagay ko dyan. Internal intercostal artery and vein. Nandyan. If they are well preserved. We don't have that. I'm sure. Ewan ko lang kung nakapag-dissect kayo. Did you? Okay? Lower border of rib. The intercostal nerves and vessels. Yan. Perfect naman yan. Wala naman tayo yan. Pabayaan nyo na yan. Question. Since the intercostal vessels are in the costal groove, which is on the inferior or lower border of the rib, okay, in this order, vein, artery, nerve, fine, no? And these are the muscles. If you will do this one, thoracocentesis, you insert the needle safely at what point? Below or on the upper edge? Below the rib, above the rib. It's above the rib, no? Upper edge of rib. There. To avoid hitting the intercostal vessels and nerve. Okay? How will I ask this question? I will put pin here, which is marked A. I will put pin here in the middle of the ICS. I will put pin labeled B, and then I will put pin here above the rib, no? Here above the rib. And I will label it C. So the safest site for insertion of a needle in thoracentesis is A, B, C. You just have to choose. Is it A, B, C? Okay? Let's go to heart. Intact. Madali naman yan. In the intact heart, nandyan na lahat, no? The left border and the left side is by the left ventricle. In the anatomic position, the heart facing you, the anterior acer is the right ventricle. So I may pin at this muscle, part of the heart. I'll ask you about the pinned chamber. If it's chamber, you have only 4 choices, right? It's the left ventricle. If I will pin here, right ventricle, if I will pin there, which is your right atrium. Actually, it's the auricle, no, which is pointed. So you answer the left atrium. Here, it's the left atrium, right? And for the great vessels, issuing from the right ventricle, with pulmonary trunk. All right. Then from behind the trunk, it's the ascending aorta, becoming aortic arch, and then the branches, brachiospadic, left common carotid, and left subclavian. This is anterior. Just look at that for posterior, no? Okay, you have the vessels there. The left atrium, the left ventricle, the right ventricle, pulmonary veins. X-ray. I will give X-ray also, simple only, no? Huh? So in an X-ray, the left border of the heart is mostly formed by the left ventricle. All right, the right border is mostly by the right atrium. All right, in a lateral view, the anterior border is mostly by the right ventricle, and the posterior border, or diaphragmatic, the posterior inferior, no, diaphragmatic is the left ventricle. While the root, the posterior, no, on the upper part, the root, not the root, no, the base of the lung here is formed by the left atrium. It's not labeled there, no, left atrium here. So not this one, or more on the inferior or diaphragmatic, on the posterior, exactly on the posterior, which is called the base of the heart. It's formed by the left atrium. Okay, so I will point to this. What chamber of the heart forms this border of the organ? Right atrium. What about here? This is the left ventricle. That's it. For the P, that is posterior anterior view. For the lateral view, mostly this is the left lateral view. This is the heart. Okay. The anterior is by the right ventricle. All right. And that is the not exactly posterior, but the inferior left ventricle. And then there, if this is the apex, this is the base. It is formed by the left atrium. Okay, it is the left atrium that is pointed. By the way, that is the aorta, no? Okay. Look at this. Look at the relation of left atrium to esophagus. Okay. So if the left atrium is asked, and then you will be asked what organ may be compressed in a dilatation or enlargement of the pointed ventricle, which is the left atrium, your answer would be, of course, there, the esophagus. This is rare, but it might start with symptom of dysphagia, difficulty in swallowing. So this is the relationship of the left atrium and esophagus. Left atrial enlargement may compress the esophagus. Okay. There, in the X-ray. Okay. Continue. Let's practice. Oh, that one is superior vena cava. This heart facing you in the anatomical position. If this is the superior vena cava, this is your right atrium, of course. All right. If this is the pulmonary trunk, that is the aorta. Remember, it's behind, partly behind the pulmonary trunk. In other words, your pulmonary trunk is more anterior than the aorta. Okay, and then this is the pulmonary trunk. This is the right ventricle, and this is your left ventricle. Okay. Coronary arteries. I don't know if we have coronary arteries. Amen. All right. So by the way, you have two coronary arteries, the left and the right. For the left, you have the circumflex on the lateral border of the left ventricle, running down, along the sulcus, marking the interventricular sulcus or septum is your descending or interventricular branch of the left. The right coronary also gives a marginal branch on the lateral border of the right ventricle. And the posterior, although unlabeled, posterior interventricular artery. The posterior interventricular artery, therefore, is a branch of the right, while the left interventricular or descending is a branch of the left. Kung meron, let's label this. Kung meron lang coronaries, who knows, makagawa ko yan. Okay? This is your right atrium. Actually, it's the auricle that is pointed. That is your right ventricle. Chambers muna, no? This is your left atrium. Actually, it's the auricle that is pointed. And this is your left ventricle. Okay? Great vessels. O, yun muna apex. Great vessels. This is your ascending aorta. The arch of aorta. The branches will be your brachiocephalic, left common carotid, left subclavian. Paulit-ulit yan. Master nyo na yan eh. Di ba? Okay. This is your pulmonary trunk dividing into your right and left pulmonary artery going toward each lung, and then they are connected. The pulmonary trunk and arch of aorta is connected by the ligamentum arteriosum, but we don't have that. Ligamentum arteriosum, okay, is the remnant of the ductus arteriosus of the fetal circulation. When it's persistent, it's called the PDA, persistent ductus arteriosus. Okay. For the coronaries, this is your right coronary, of course, from the aorta, giving rise to or giving off the marginal branch. The left is not seen, not covered, but it gives rise to anterior interventricular or descending artery and your circumflex. Kung meron lang, all right? Yeah. All right, if these are your veins, right, the four pointed, this one, superior, inferior on the left side, superior, inferior on the right side, then this vessel, this chamber is your left atrium. Okay? If this is the superior and inferior vena cava, then this chamber is your right atrium. Okay? If this is your right and left pulmonary arteries, okay, that is your left atrium. This is your left ventricle, right ventricle, circumflex. Ayan. Doon na yung mga veins at saka. Oh, this one. Semi-anatomical. It's in the anatomical position, but somewhat tilted backward. No? So you see the two large vessels. Okay, if this is superior vena cava on the right, this one is your superior atrium, superior right atrium, superior vena cava, right atrium, or its auricle at least. Okay, if this is the pulmonary vein, then this is your left atrium, that is its auricle. Okay, then this is your right ventricle. If this is the right ventricle, then this outlet is your pulmonary. Anong lumitaw? Left ventricle muna, no? If this is the right ventricle, yeah, the outlet is your pulmonary trunk. If this is the pulmonary trunk, somewhat posterior to its right is your aorta. Okay? If this is aorta, then coming from the aortic sinus on the right is your right coronary artery. That is the left coronary artery. Okay? If this is aorta, oh, by the way, this is the anterior descending branch. That is the circumflex branch. Alright, that's the aortic valve. Yan sinasabi ko pala. Identification of valves now. Okay? Clear if this is the aorta, you can see the valve. It can be pinned. No problem, aortic valve. What about pulmonary valve? Oh, I will just try to open this one, no? Anteriorly, the trunk. Something like this. This one is the right ventricle opened, okay, up to the pulmonary trunk. So this is the right ventricle. That is the pulmonary trunk. So this is your pulmonary valve. Okay? This is a good section, pero wala naman tayong perfect. Anyway, let's see. The chambers. 4 chambers are seen. This is longitudinal section. Again, so at right angle, no, perpendicular to the interventricular and interatrial septum. 4 chambers in the open heart. Left ventricle. Always look for the chamber with the thickest wall. Of course, that is your left ventricle. Okay? If that is the left ventricle, this will be your right ventricle. Right? And then your right atrium and left atrium. If this is the right atrium and right ventricle, this valve is tricuspid. If this is the left atrium and left ventricle, this valve is your mitral valve. There, tricuspid on the right, your AV valve on the right. Okay? Your AV valve on the left is your mitral valve. Okay? Now, you know very well the chorda tendineae. I may pin chorda tendineae as you identify, or your papillary muscle. Any structure. Or I may even ask you to identify this one, interventricular septum. Okay, the interventricular septum has a muscular part mostly, but it has a membranous portion above, which is a part of cardiac skeleton. And then this is your interatrial septum. What else? In the interior of the heart, you will see crisscrossing of the ventricle. I mean, there are crisscrossing bundles of fibers. You call them trabecular carneae, hindi ba? Improving the pumping action of the heart are these ridges of muscle called trabecular carneae. You have this also in your atria in some regions, but they are called pectinate muscles. I won't leave this. Maybe the valves are more important, and the chambers, and chorda tendineae, and papillary muscles. Okay? Identify pointed. O yan. It's the thickest, that's the thickest wall. So this is your left ventricle. If this is your left ventricle, then this AV valve, the leaflets are collapsed between the left ventricle and the left atrium is your mitral valve there also, no? Okay? And then if this is the mitral valve and left ventricle, above is your left atrium. Okay? And then if this is the left ventricle, the outlet from the left ventricle is your aorta. So the valve will be your aortic valve, your semilunar valve here. 2 leaflets are shown. Okay, the aorta was open. Let's go to the right side. Right ventricle. Then the atrium was not divided. There is the right atrium. So your valve from the right ventricle to the right atrium is the tricuspid valve. Okay? Now, I don't know if we have this section of the heart. This is a heart section at the plane, which is called the coronary sinus, where you can see the coronary sulcus, where the coronary sinus is shown. If you will do a section of this heart, coronal, no, along the coronary sinus, and it's perfect, you will separate the atria above from ventricles below, and the 4 valves will be seen. All right, this is the heart from top. That is the right and left side. That is anterior and posterior. You know that the most superficial anteriorly is your pulmonary valve. Of course, to its right, slightly behind is your aortic valve. Okay? And that is the mitral valve on the left. On the right, the tricuspid valve. But I don't know if we have this specimen. But if we do, if I will be able to make one, automatic, okay, for identification of valves. Okay? We go to the lungs. The last one. No more identification of whether it's the right or left lung or it's lobe, no? We go directly to the hilum or hilus, the concave medial portion, and for the identification of different vessels and bronchi in this view or in the surface. All right. For the right lung, okay. For the right lung, remember this, no? The veins, pulmonary, we always start with the pulmonary veins, 3 and 4. They are the most anterior and inferior. Most anterior and most inferior. We are on the right lung. For veins, anterior, inferior. So, dalawa na lang, bronchus and artery. All right? In the right lung, okay, the next posteriorly directed, going posteriorly from the most anterior, which is the vein, is the artery. Pulmonary artery, no? And then the bronchus. That is the order from anterior to posterior. Vein, artery, bronchus, VAB, VAB. Right lung, VAB, vein, artery, bronchus. Bronchus being the most posterior. Sandwich in between is the artery. And most anterior is the vein. Okay? Going to the left, there will be changes. All right? But the veins, luckily, the veins will remain in the same position, most anterior and inferior. All right? The artery, ito yung nag-migrate. The artery will assume an upper or superior position. So, on the left lung, the artery becomes the uppermost. What will become superior or posterior to the vein will be the bronchus. Okay? So, for the left, vein, posteriorly bronchus, and above is the artery on the left lung. Okay? The same thing. All right? O yan, mnemonic VAB for the right lung, no? Vein, artery, bronchus. Never mind eparterial and hyparterial. Vein, artery, bronchus. On the left, is still the same for veins, but the pulmonary artery becomes more superior than the bronchus. So the bronchus becomes posterior to the veins. All right, for the right lung, veins, yan, yung red, will be anterior and inferior. All right, then artery, VAB, and then bronchus, VAB, anterior to posterior, vein, artery, bronchus. Okay? Here, if we will label this, right lang, vein, from anterior to posterior, veins, artery, bronchus. Left lang, the artery becomes superior, but for the veins, it's still the same, no? Veins, anterior and inferior. Arteries will become superior, the bronchus will become posterior to the veins on the left lung. O label. In the practical, no one will tell you if that's the right lung or left lung. So instantly, you must know it's the right or the left. It's a matter of knowing the apex, the base, the medial aspect. Now, the posterior and anterior. The posterior is blunt, more blunt. The more pointed is the anterior. So this is the right. All right, let us identify. Number 16, tatlo yan. Anterior and inferior will be your pulmonary veins. Number 14 will be your artery. VAB, VA, and then the most posterior, your 15, will be your bronchus. All right? Never, don't forget pulmonary ligament. I may point at this. No, pulmonary ligament is the folds of the pleura. Okay. On the left, number 21, anterior and inferior again will be your veins, and then 22 is posterior to the veins, your bronchus. Why? Because the artery becomes superior. Okay? O pulmonary ligament again, the fold of pleura, the inferior aspect of the hilum. Okay? O identify pulmonary vein, anterior and inferior. It is the right or the left? It's the left. So what will be, it's not valve. What will become posterior to the vein? It's the bronchus. And what will become superior? The artery. Okay? Lastly is the posterior mediastinum. All right? Here we are looking at the contents of posterior mediastinum. The heart, the lungs were removed. Right? Your descending aorta, your esophagus, all right? Your thoracic duct, azygous vein. If present, hemiazygous, vagus, never mind vagus. We will not find this at this point, no? Vagus and the sympathetic trunks. We will concentrate on these four, no? Esophagus, aorta, thoracic duct. If present, azygous vein. All right? Again, your esophagus, although cut here, excuse me, someone is calling. Okay, last 10 minutes. So remember, esophagus for the posterior mediastinum is the most anterior. And then behind and to its left will be your thoracic aorta. All right, behind it, to its right, is the thoracic duct in green. And to the right also of the esophagus and the vertebral column is your azygous vein. Only those four, no? Okay? Actual. If present, azygous, accessory hemiazygous, no? If present. Azygous veins are the venous drainage of the posterior thoracic hole, receiving the intercostals, no? Posterior intercostals. All right. Sympathetic trunk, no more. I don't think we have that. All right. Here. Let's identify, no? Number 16 is the most anterior. So this is your esophagus. The other structures pointed are only nerves. No, this is called the esophageal plexus of nerves formed by branches of vagus nerve for the parasympathetic division and branches of the sympathetic trunk for the sympathetic division. We don't have that in our cadavers, I'm sure. Only the esophagus. So remember, esophagus, the most anterior, no? And then go to its left, which is behind it, is your number 15, thoracic aorta. Okay? And then 17 here to its right, it's the thoracic duct. We'll enlarge this portion later on the next slide. And then the vein to its right is your azygous vein. Only those four, no? Okay? Now let's enlarge this. Yan. Number 16 is the most anterior. This is your esophagus. And then to its right and behind it, number 15 is your thoracic aorta. And then the small, if we will be able to dissect this, if it's still fresh, all right, is 17. This one, no? Very slim, eh? This is your thoracic duct. All right, and lastly, the vein on the right is your azygos vein. Okay? To complete this, we don't have the sympathetic trunk. All right? Oh, that's the last class. Wala na yata nakikinig. Hello? All right, any question? So, that's the end. Danica, I will email. Gusto nyo ba yan? This is the only review you will have for Wednesday and Thursday. No? I will email this to Danica. Ah, Danica,
Yes po, Doc.
I will email this afternoon. Right now. Before I stand up here from my computer chair. Ah, email ko sa'yo. No?
Okay po.
Okay.
Sige po, Doc.
Okay, let's go. We have no question. I'm sure there are no more questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Doc.
Thank you po.
Thank you po, Doc.
Thank you po. Thank you po, Doc. Thank you po, Doc.
Thank you, Doc.
Goodbye, class.